Hello, this is Nash from NRK Audio. Thanks for joining us. Today I want to talk to you about some good investments whenever you're trying to make a sub box or do any kind of work like that. I think the best investment for me, this was the best investment, a router. This is my favorite tool because it cuts perfect circles with the right jig. Jigsaw and a sawzall, they do fine, but if you're in a hurry and you need a perfect circle, or you're doing business for somebody else, you don't want it to look sloppy. You want it to look perfect. You know, you want it to look, you want it to look good. Sorry, this box is not a very good box right now. This is just for demonstration purposes. This is perfect circle. We cut out with a router. I don't have an example of one that you didn't cut out with a router, that wasn't cut out with a router. I usually throw them away, but this is probably the best investment. But even if you have a router, you're still not going to get a perfect circle. You need a jig, and a router is about like, it's probably the only one, it's probably the easiest one, or the cheapest one to buy, the easiest one to work with, and put a jig on. This is just a piece of plywood I found laying around. I drilled a couple holes in it, 4 holes, and on the base of this, there's 4 bolt holes. We took the base off, and we mounted this and used this as the base. And what you do to get your circle, you take your tape measure, and you may have a 12-inch or a 10-inch, whatever. Some people go, okay, well I need a 10-inch hole. So they cut a 10-inch hole and their sub falls right through the box. Then you got to start all over. Well, this is what you're supposed to do. You have a ring around your rubber ring that goes that's next to your comb. And what you want to do is you want to measure from the outside of this ring to the other side, which this is a 10-inch JL, and this one reads, about 9 inches. So I'd cut just a hair, maybe I cut a 9 1/8 inch hole. But the way you do the jig, your bit is going to be directly center of this hole. So what you're going to do, your bit will be right here. You want to measure from the outside of your bit out halfway. You want to divide that exactly in half, not eyeball. It's got to be divided exactly in half. Put a screw through it. Put a screw through your center where you have your hole marked. You got to have it in the center of that hole. And you screw down in there. And you want to strip the wood out. Since you're not going to be using it anyway, just screw it, screw it, screw it until it can just free spin. And what you do is you drop your router, you twist it down or plunge it or whatever your router you got, and you go around. You make 1 round, and then 2 round, and then 3 round. Most typically it takes 2 or 3 rounds for this one, just because it's not a very high power router. It's not that great a router, but it does do its job. Another thing is that whenever you do cut a hole, you want to be very careful when you do this, because once you get so far down deep into the wood and your board's wanting to fall through, that router may jump out. That screw may not be able to hold it. So you want to be careful. It's jumped out on me a couple times. And that's all the tools that I've made pretty good investments on. I hope you do make some good investments too. Thank you for watching.